position, and he didn't go for like a 9 pool of speed, which I am very questioning why CAS didn't do that. You know, he had the map choice. We see a second bunker coming up, and Moxie may just win this game outright. But he doesn't have a sunken coming, so better play sunken this time, not behind the mineral line. And he does have links out, so but there is that other bunker there, so it's gonna be difficult. As long as he can hold off this other bunker from going up, though, which is about to finish. Oh, he needs to kill off the... Oh! Oh, no. Oh, but the DPS from the link should be too much, though. Okay, that's good. Wait. It does go down, though. Okay. That pushed. Okay, now the creep cannot really let that happen again. Okay, so nicely played by CS. Kind of messy, but still nonetheless not terrible. Okay. While that was happening, though, he really didn't do too much. I guess he was consistently producing SCVs, but not really teching from that. And we'll bring that back up. But I just can't. I'm disappointed by CS. His play today has not been that great. He chose the map where he could have out-cheesed his opponent, in my opinion. And also, don't forget, Speedling opening will probably just completely... Well, hard counters any kind of early push. Which is, like, that's like... Even though Frost was saying yesterday where Zerg can't really do an aggression, for, like, the early stage of the game, which is moderately true, but that doesn't... I don't think early game counts the super early, like, sub 5-minute game. Where Speedlings can still be very effective, where you kind of catch your opponent off guard. But I mean, after that, yeah, it's kind of true. Link, I mean, Zerg kind of has to bunker up a little bit. I mean, takes bases, but you know, has to kind of turtle with that. But it's kind of hard to do that with Zerg. But that bunker's still there, so gonna make it kind of annoying. But this choke can be very big. I mean, not only is it big as it stands already, but like. This choke is like the whole width of my screen right now. So if he kills off, right, this thing, he can get lings in here, go up here, and the main is not walled off. So he could do a counter push with speed. He's getting speed right now. So we'll see if that's going to be his scenario here. I would like him to do that, but you know, in the end, he may or may not do it. It's kind of hard to predict what this guy's going to do, but. We do have Scouting SCV coming out once more. I would highly doubt it's going to go for another, like, for like a 5-6 minute bunker rush. Too bad you can't salvage bunkers in this game, though. You know, the other thing, though, is, like, I was just thinking to myself, like, what was his logic of bringing that SCV up there? Okay, like, he sees lings, but, like... He can't even get it that far. Like, there's a sunk in there, so it takes 3 hits for the thing to die. I don't know. I mean, like, that late of an SCV scout. Okay, he's gonna go for another push. Does he have stim? No. Okay, yeah, Moxie might just be overextending him, so yeah, this push is gonna get so killed. Speedlings are gonna be doing so effective. I mean, they're gonna be able to completely surround these lings right here. Can you get the other 3 lings here? You did not know 1 Marine versus one Ling will actually win. Trying to get a push here, but again, he did not target fire that power generator, but there might just be enough Lings here to counter this. Another Ling run by for raGe Clan, and may just get a victory here. That is a lot of Lings. A lot of SCVs will die. He does have a well, actually does not have a saturated main at all. Yeah, yeah, Moxie got way too aggressive this game. Yeah, GG. I don't really know. I mean, if you're going to scout with that SCV, which was questionable as it stood anyway, I think, like, you really needed to, like, see what was going on. Like I was kind of saying, like, why he would do that. Okay, but what we saw there, we saw a failed bunker rush, so he was trying to further his lead, which I was saying in the TV2. I can see that, but in this kind of regards, like, it's not 2v2. It's kind of it's so predicament based of what you're supposed to do when you're casting, but like what he should have done was he probably should have gone more like he should at least waited for medic and stim. Like that would have been fine. Like if he was gonna do like a 1-base all in again, that would have been fine. But you don't push out across the map when Speedling's gonna be coming out anyway. You really need stim. You really need combat, no, you really need stim, utility shells, and medic support to really do that. But what have you? What have you? What have you? Whatever. Okay, anyway, we'll go into game number 3. So, half time this we are in an ace match for the time being. So, all right. So going into game number 3 will be Rides of Valkyries. We could see Valkyries in this game because the map has Valkyrie in it. Might be possible, but we'll see. We'll see if we're gonna see Valkyries in this game. I mean, versus Zerg, that they are pretty versatile units. So spawning in the bottom left on Valkyries, the path of Valkyries or whatever it's called. Oopsie. It will be raGe's CAS, who somehow got a Ling run by, but potentially would have. Well, I wouldn't say lose, but potentially could have had the opportunity to lose that game if he was not given that opportunity. And spawning in the bottom right here, we have wOk's Moxie here, who has bunker rushed every game so far. So Moxie did choose this map. You know, you keep in mind he did lose game 1, so we'll see how this map's going to favor. I really haven't seen this map at all. This is my first time casting it. Okay, so I'm digging the tile set on this map, though. I'm digging it. Okay. So anyway, you have a standard ramp. That is a big choke. Your third is... This is a very, very interesting map. Okay. But anyway, okay, so the third is going to be annoying to take. Going to be hard to reinforce. Choke is super wide open. Definitely got a favorite Terran. But here we go. We're seeing 9 pool opening. But we've seen that for both games, I think. Yeah, Bunker Rush is going to be favorite on this map, actually. Well, I mean, not favored, but, like, enough so, like, it's just, like, going to be hard for Zerg to defend. That's natural. Same thing for Terran, though. Like, a run-by for... I mean, we could see if this Bunker Rush fails. 8 could do damage, but we're seeing a 9 pool with gas, which means, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to see a speedling opening, which I think Moxie just made lose to this, just straight up. But is he just going to blindly put down a bunker? No, it doesn't look like he's going to be doing a bunker rush this game. But right when I'm saying that, I feel like he's going to be putting it down. No, he put down, he's 2-raxing. Is he going to, wow, is he really on 2 racks? Please tell me he saw that gas. And the 9 pool. Scout the gas, man. He probably has to assume it too. I mean, like, speed's coming up, so. Alright, he sees Lings. This should stop aggression right now. And the other thing, though, is he's not walling off. I am not having good feelings for Moxie right now. I am really not. You know, there really isn't okay, well, he's gonna pull out CVs at least. Okay. Yeah, but, like, there's, like, a way to, like, all you have to do is, like, put, like, you know, the barracks there, and then you don't have to pull as many SCVs. But now he's losing mining time. And, I mean, speed's gonna be done soon, and he's gonna continue to reinforce. And we'll see how this is gonna go down. We see no tech, we see double reproduction. Those Lings will be going back to the left, to the west. I'm probably gonna regroup and just try to do as much damage. Could go for some kind of Hydra bust potentially too. You know, get a couple Hydra and attack the SCVs. I don't think. I'm just theory crafting, to be completely honest. So do not like quote me on that. But just trying to think of like what he could do right now. I mean, the Hydra's not super far from putting down, but he's probably gonna follow this up with a macro hatch. He's really high in the gas, so you know. CS could be handling this push a lot, but... Okay. Proxy hatch outside the natural. Okay, and now he's pushing back here. That should be enough Marines, though, off a choke to deal with this now, though. He kind of misses timing, though. So, I mean, Moxie's going to be in a moderate position here. He's getting his academy up. He should be scanning. He should get a comms station immediately to figure what the hell's going on. Maybe even send an SCV out there to figure out... Okay, why is he not doing anything? He's going to be putting down a bunker on the low ground. Why is he doing that? Really a question. Okay, yeah, that bunker, yeah. Is he going to, yeah, he's going to try to finish that. He's gonna get picked off, though. He's gonna get harassed. Is he really gonna try to do this? He needs to get those Marines further down. Here we go. Nothing's gonna be in the base. Yep. I think CA has won this. He worked too hard to get that bunker down. I see they're gonna be transferring. He will have 2 more coming out. He will have medics starting to come out. It looks like he'll be able to hold. But no. Okay, you need to get those Marines in the bunker ASAP. They're gonna do anything. Okay, so that he sees the proxy hatch. The proxy hatch will not be canceled. So I don't know. Like, he may be trying to get in the main base right here. Trying to block with that SCV. Oh, but to get in. So, you know, not the bunker placement's not gonna like stop lingering by. So like, that's the important thing. And now he's gonna be able to reinforce like right outside his door. So bizarre game, but he's even getting okay. He's got a sunken rush. But if you're at a sunken rush, well, he didn't choose this map. So, man, I don't know. I also forgot to mention the third is going to be kind of really wide open as well. Yeah, he's sunken rushing, man. Why did he not go back in the bunker, man? Why? He left like 1 Marine with like no HP just to die. Yeah, CS is cheese. He's looking very good. I mean, he's taking a natural expansion as well. Can probably start to drone up now if he'd like to. I think it's probably the best time to do it. Or just may break it. He may just kill off his opponent. He has a fire bat in my face. Oh, Johnny, why'd you die? Okay, yeah, this is not looking too good right now. That bunker is gonna be dead. Nothing in the main base to really defend this. Just put the bunkers on the high ground, dude. Like, that's really all you can do. Get your Valkyries out. Go harass. It's like pathways of Valkyries or whatever. I'll double click. I'll double check this map. But it's like Valkyrie something or other. Oh wait. That's so weird. You just see a mineral patch. You must see the other ones. You must see the other one. Alright, anyway, so I mean, he put down a proxy hatch, and I don't know why Moxie's still in this game right now. I mean, I want you to win, Moxie. I want you to win, wOk Clan, but I'm not feeling this right now. I think you're too far behind. I think you're too far behind because he has his natural up. And he's droning now. He's scanning. You know, just getting the main base, so okay, he's gonna be sieging. He's gonna get siege tech soon to deal with this, but I mean, we could see a late game. I mean, he might have enough to push through this, but I don't know. He's gonna be ready on another creep colony. I'm not sure he has stim done. See if he has stim. I found this new glitch. Tell me. The glitch doesn't tell me if he has stim. I don't believe he has stim. You can like right click on a portrait and it shows stuff. But I'm not seeing stim right now. So I'm a little. There must be like a hack to get rid of like the replay progress bar, because I mean I cover it over it anyway with like they even have like a plugin to like stop the timer from going down in a replay, but they don't have enough to like. Okay, he stims, so he does have stim now, and he will be killing off an overlord. Nice victory. That will supply block too. He does have a tank. He does have siege tech almost done. Back at home base, he's going to be going into probably lair potential, so he's going to go lurker tech. Maybe the wrong call for this scenario because he's pushing out now. Would be a good scenario because he could get up on the ramp right there. But the only issue though is that he's pushing out now, so he's going to be able to get that low ground. So needles could probably be the better tech option. I mean, for all we know, he could cancel that, but he's going to let it keep up. He's probably going to see a lurker tech coming up soon. So yeah, slowly pushing out right now, without one slow CH tank. The other thing though is like remember, creep. It's harder to spread in Brood War, but you still can't build on it as Terran. So that's gonna delay his expansion that much more as well. He stems. Here we go. Kills it right off. Here we go. The hatch rate's gonna go down. I mean, it recedes moderately slow too. I mean. Goodbye, creep colony. So we're seeing is CS is setting up for a flank here, so I'm getting nerd chills right now. Will he be able to decimate this push, or will he have these tanks to be able to deal with this? All right, here comes the push. Nerd chills coming down my back. Uh-oh. Does he know it? The tanks are exposed. Nice around, and this army's gonna get cleaned up. Or not. Or not. I thought he was gonna lose, but okay. That's why I do not like to, okay, he still can't produce anything right now. It like recedes from everywhere, but not the center where you need it to be. It's like he almost can put it down. He almost can put down this command center. Okay, we do have a tank that's very hurt. We do see a creep colony, but what good's that gonna do against a siege tank? So now Moxie is suddenly in a pretty good position here. Where you put that tank, it's gonna be very impossible to deal with it. I don't think he's Lurker Tech's just finishing right now. Yeah, okay, yeah. Well, CAS almost had that game. And I am so happy that wOk won the series. I'm a pretty happy dude. Like, not to be down and on raGe, but I'm a pretty big wOk fan. And I'm kind of happy I'm casting this today. Because I love wOk. I mean, even though they're like D- team, but I do love wOk. I want to see more blue though. I have not seen him in actually, is he on? Let's see if he's on. It's probably not on. Nope. Has he even played this season? Dude, he's actually doing well, man. He's dude, he's like C- now, man. I didn't even know that. Yeah, last time I checked, he was D-. Yeah, he's up to 3K points now. Or is he D+, maybe? So 4K for... forget. It says last game never played. Pfft, bullshit. Anyway. Alright, anyway. Okay, so we're going to be going on to game number... it's Ride of Valkyries. I don't know why it's called that. It's such a creative map name. Alright, so our last series that I have repped for will be For Dune, or raGe's For Dune in wOk's New York. First map will be on Sniper's Ridge, like always, for this week. Okay, so I'm going to be excited. I have not seen New York from wOk's lineup before, so let's check out how good he is. Moxie did a pretty good job last game. So spawning in the top right, it will be the Yellow Terran, wOk's New York. I'm a little bit biased for that as well. And spawning in the bottom right, it will be raGe's For Dune. So... For Dune, I guess because he's probably referencing the Citadel of a Dune, we could be potentially at, 3-gate charge lot, or in speed lot, excuse me. Now, that is an interesting build order, because I've won, before, I actually found out about iCup, I was that person that played Brood War, but I was just never brought up with, knowing any of the Korean stuff or anything. I just did not know. I just played online. No one ever told me. I mean, I was playing this when I was since maybe, let's see, probably when I was 7 or 8. I was playing Brood War, and I've just never stopped. And I'm not gonna say it's a bad thing, but I just never grew up with this Korean stuff now, and now I have all the access to it. It's really awesome to see Brood War change. But anyway, getting back to this, I was never grown up with with my ability. I've really never found about iCup or the Korean leagues. Really had no idea to base my playstyle off of. So what I ended up doing was I ended up playing just Mass Zealot with speed, and I got some pretty good, awesome wins by just doing it every game. I lose a lot. I lose a lot to Hydra. Because people just massive Hydra, and it was stupid. And this is mainly because it was I'd still only mix 3 gateways when it was fastest map possible on Brood War. And Yeah, it's crazy. And also, like, if you're, like, a StarCraft 2, like, person that has it, like, they've made every, like, Brood War thing that made Brood War awesome. You know, map makers from there, I mean, if, you could hate StarCraft 2 all you want, but, like, yeah, those people did play Brood War as well, so they bring the memories with them. They ported Brood War to StarCraft 2, but anyway, they made, like, their awesome maps, like, well, Fast Map Possible, for example, in BGH. But, you know, anyway, so Fast Map Possible is, like, stupidly fast. Like, it's like a somewhat, you know, popular custom game right now. And what it is, it's like, it's hard to explain how fast like, you need literally, like, 2 SCVs in mining, both gas and minerals, and by the time you have 2 of them, by, like, 30 seconds in the game, you'll have, like, 10k minerals. Like, that's how fast they go back and forth. Like, so, like, if you get, like, 10 on, like, both, like, you have, like, infinite resources. So if you thought, you know, Fast Map Possible on Brood War was fast, go play that. And, you know, the difference is, like, Brood War, any computer can play it. StarCraft 2, you know, you're not going to say you need a high-end system, but you need a moderately new computer with a moderate graphics card. And it, like, freezes up your game because they still do 4v4. And, like, since Brood War is just sprites, you know, pictures moving around, it's absolutely crazy because your game doesn't really, like, freeze. But, like, when you do it, like, you get, like, 1 FPS and your computer, like, shuts down because there's so much happening on screen, there's so many units. And they made the supply cap up to 300 instead of 200, which probably should be lowered. But yeah, like, you get, like, 1v1 with StarCraft 2, but it's like, I definitely say that out. But anyway, getting back to this game, we are going to be seeing a two-factory play. Karen of New York here. That's normally followed up with some kind of push. More of an aggressive style from a Terran, of what I've seen, I think. You can do, like, a two-factory expand, but it's less common to just sit back, because, you know, you've invested so much off of that one base for so long. You kind of really want to justify doing that one base for a while, especially since Protoss is going to be, you know, 2-gate expanding, or 1-gate expanding. Now, 4 Dune has not gotten his Citadel of Dune out yet. You know, not going to say that his playstyle, but that's what his name probably implies. And he's getting range, so I wouldn't be surprised for putting another gateway down, or a pylon, then a gateway, as he's supply blocked right now, but... might be a variation of an FD push. Getting both, well, interesting. He got double machine shop off of 1 base, which you don't normally do. Now, this could be an indicator of one of 2 things. You know, Clan League, you don't know the skill level of who you're watching. Because general rule, back when Varial, like 5 months ago, when I joined iCup, you know, he was, like, the person that was running it. He was the worst caster ever. Like, he was the worst. Monotone voice, he had some in-game knowledge. He was, like, a D+, D-ish Terran. And he gave him the game knowledge of saying, like, for every 1 base, you get a machine shop, because that's how you justify tanks. You know, in games, you know, when people don't macro as efficiently, you know, it doesn't hurt to put it out another machine shop, but, like, anyway, you can't really afford 2 tanks if you're, you know, macroing efficiently. And this is the other bizarre thing, you know. He got double that. He's getting upgrades. He's still producing double tanks. And you can even see how fast that goes down. He's probably putting another factory down. No, he's not. But not only that, he's not even making vultures. He has, like, 4 vultures, and that's it. Which, you know, going for that super fast upgrade for it, I'm surprised by that. Oh, if that goes connects. Oh, man. That was really, really nice by New York right there. Very weird opening. And I'm trying to see what 4 Dune's putting here. He's doing a proxy 2-gate. So he's, like, trying to hide tech, but he has harassment over here when he kind of needs his Dragoons back at his base. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, he's not mining now. Now we're seeing this, like, variation of, like, an FD push that's much more powerful. With a lot of tanks and SCVs. A lot of tanks. Okay, I believe the vulture's been cleaned up, but now he's not even mining. This base is going down. Like, there's really no way to defend this right now. Sadly, but it is the case here. He's still producing, but the thing is, though, if he's smart, whenever he makes out more Dragoons, he can kill off reinforcements. But, you know, the other thing, though, is, like, how do you kill off 3 tanks when you have 2 Dragoons and you're producing out of 1 gateway? Not even 1 gateway. Yeah, I think Fortune just lost this game just straight up. Yeah, this, like, weird 2-factory push is, like, really awesome. You know, that's what I was saying. Like, you normally see, like, a 2-factory, you know, into, you know, some kind of aggression. Now, of course, we saw that right at this game. Now, Protoss, you know, there was a little things that made that game a little bit way more one-sided than it probably should have been. You know, for one, I mean, like, that push looked absolutely imbalanced that game. Like, there's, like, nothing, like, he just went in and just killed everything. You know, so there's kind of reasons for that. You know, for one, you know, he got those double upgrades going. Now, this might be a timing, of course. You know, this might be an all-in 2-factory push. It kind of looked like that, more of like an all-in push. Because, I mean, you know, like I was saying, like, you know, he was getting that double machine shop, which you normally wait for two expansion. You wait for the second expansion to go for gas, but he was able to stockpile enough gas for those 2 initial tanks, and then he won the second machine shop to get those upgrades faster. Something like that. Something like that. It's like I don't know that build order that much. It's the first time I've really seen it, but I'm kind of like to see that playstyle. I like to see an aggressive Terran, not only for casting wise, but like just, you know, a lot of games now. Of course, when I'm talking about how fast the players are, now they're playing a much more aggressive. But you know, what I've seen beforehand at this point is like a lot of players like wait for that 2-3 base timing. Where, you know, players just kind of neglect that super early stage where you could send a tank or 2 just to put in some pressure. However, not gonna talk about that right now. But so, you know, and also, you know, what we saw from, I know this guy's name. Dune here. Dune was like trying to like Dune like did like a proxy 2-gate. He was like going like 3-gate goon, which is like moderately all in, but you can transition into a Nexus if you need to. The problem though is like they weren't in his base. It just was not a good game for Dune, and I think I pretty much wrestled this to the ground. But he just was not. That build order is like hard counter to proxy 2-gate or proxy 2-gate 3-gate goon expansion build, whatever he was going. It just, you know, it happens sometimes. Sometimes it just comes down to the build order. That's sometimes what happens. Okay, anyway, we'll go into our next game here. Apparently, UD Liquidators here. Also, I want to show you something really awesome. Check this out. I want to show you the most epic thing ever. So, you go to add, hold on, screen region. Do you see that? Do you see that Pikachu right there? Do you see that Pikachu right there? That is a Pikachu that is awesome, ladies and gentlemen. I'm the only one on the server that has that. That's how cool I am, okay? I just want to point that out there. I have the Pikachu, man. I have it, okay? You don't have it. I am cool like that. Look at that. I could just, like, leave it up there. I cut fish with the Pikachu. I wouldn't do that, but it's kind of funny. Anyway, I'll delete that now. I just thought it was really cool. I have Pikachu, and I'm awesome. Alright, anyway. Going on to our next game here. So, next game will be on Fighting Spirit. I am so sick of watching Terran versus Protoss on this map. You know, but the sad thing though is like people do not make maps anymore, or Kespa is not going to make any more maps. I don't think I've seen a recent 2012 map actually. I've not. Alright, so spawning in the top left, it'll be the purple or blue Protoss. It's gonna be raGe's Dune, who did not show a very strong game last game. Just build order lost, didn't really show any bad ability of pretty much. It's just did not do a good job. And it was the builder, not like that he didn't do a good job. Now spawning in the bottom left as the brown Terran, it'll be wOk's New York, who showed some pretty awesome playstyle last game. Alright, so New York is gonna be brown. for Dune will be blue. And, you know, a blue Protoss, you know, I'm not sure if he's the blue, like the blue that I just made the overlay. But, like, no, he's a darker blue. I like the lighter blue one, I think. Actually, no, this might be the right color. But blue Protoss, man, like, it is the coolest color. Man, like, I cannot tell you how awesome Dragoons and, like, Reavers look. Reavers are, like, the coolest unit. And then orange, you know, Terran with their Goliath. It just complements, like, the black mech style. Their other units are meh, but... Or purple Terran. Purple Terran's pretty cool. Or just black, like that rare black color that you randomly get. That it's maybe just like a graphical glitch or whatever that happens. But like that black color, like you like the ones that like happen like custom games sometimes for like the enemy units or whatever. That is the badass color. Not gonna lie. Alright, but anyway, build orders are still coming up right now. Map is Fighting Spirit. I expect a macro game. The one thing to note with these spawn locations though, I mean, this is not a bad map for Protoss, though. I would definitely say that. You know, going 3-gate Goon is going to put a lot of pressure on. I wouldn't say it's going to be... you could transition out of it. It's not like a 4-gate Goon pressure, but, like, you have the ability to transition out of it. And he put down his expansion. So he was going to put on some aggression for a while, and then transition out. But this map, though, you know, while Terran can look pretty dominant on this map with the 3-base play. You know what that pretty much means is that they do this 3-base, you know, build order. They take the second base, get a couple mech units, you know, secure this base off, and then wall this area off, and then take their third because it's so easy to defend because it's only one ramp. You know, and it's gonna be kind of hard to engage either you know ramp because you know there's like 10 siege tanks over here. How do you engage that on a choke point? You really don't. You do not decide to engage that. How do you engage on here when there's like 4 or 5 siege tanks, you know, doing all the damage right here? You don't. You being a smart, decisive Protoss, you don't normally do that. So, what you do to compensate for that is, you know, Protoss will take every other base, and you know, this map, very big as it is, gives off a lot of expansions. Unlike a map like Match Point, where you know where Terran might be a little bit more favored. You know, that 4th base on Match Point's a little bit farther out to the bottom right or top left, but it gives you. Where Protoss can't really take those bases as effectively because they're so far away, it's so close to Met. Because, like, look at this. I mean, like, yeah, these 3 bases are really close, but then again, you know, New York would be expanding to his opponent, but I don't think it's really going to drive them away from it. I mean, a 3-base mech play is really, really strong on this map anyway. Looks like maybe an FD push. Nope, going to be doing Starport, actually. Off of 1 base. So, not pretty much neglecting everything I've been saying this entire game. But I'd say Protoss is favored if this goes in the late game. Early game, I say it's anyone's game. I don't think it favors, like, one side. Like, you know, like Coliseum Mule, that map. This says Coliseum something, or rather, like the double L call. I don't know how to pronounce it. But, like, you know, with that sunken there, like, you know, where, like, a lot of Zergs, like, every other game you'll see a Zerg, you know, sunken rush. And has actually a pretty good high win rate, actually. You know, that's how you don't see in this map. It's a very well-rounded map. Not a lot of mechanics to it. Just a big, open, balanced map. Which is played on way too much in my opinion. But that's okay. It's like, this needs to be out of the map pool. Like, we need... Like, I need to go talk to the Clan League admins. And we need to change up this map pool a little bit. I'm sorry, but, like... This map pool, in my opinion, is getting way too dull. Like, you know, like Fighting Spirit, Python. We need to, like, restrict cool maps for Clan League. I'm sorry, but, like, that is, like, needs to be done. You know, like, Gem League a while back? If you have not seen Gem League, like, go look it up right now. It's, like, the most, like, awesome, you know, like, Brood War tournament thing ever. So what you know what Gem League was? It was like I think it stopped, but there's like VODs that they chose like this guy who was running it chose like the most crazy ridiculous maps ever. I don't know where he found them, but they exist and they were like ridiculous games on that, and you know you don't really see that in Brood War. Not Brood War, excuse me. Python and the current map pool that it be used. But then again, you know, ooh, we're gonna see a vulture drop with speed. Yeah, with speed. So yeah. But anyway, but like I was saying, you know, it's it's really based on the player situation. I know a lot of players don't like to learn new maps, and you know that's a very fair, you know, very fair thing to say. I don't know why he's loading up 2 damaged vultures, especially when he's up a 4-gate goon, or about to be a 4-gate goon. But we'll see. Dragoon. I always hate saying goon. I don't know why, but okay. So vulture, is that gone undetected? Speed is done. Uh-oh, if those Spider-Mans go off like New York did last game. Nope, doesn't look like that. Okay, but he evacuated very fast, so he didn't really lose that many probes. 2, 1, 2. He lost 6. Okay, he lost 6. He lost around 6 probes. You know, also going back to Yavle Terran, what he said, you know, if he did the calculation, if he kills off 1 probe, if a vulture kills off 1 probe and is not reproduced in 30 seconds, that vulture's paid for itself. So now, you know, you're only killing off like 2, like that's cost effective. Not by its own self, but the mining loss from that probe and having to like, so you not only lose that reproduction, like the mineral income of that, you also lose like that the minerals you have to like produce to like make it. So you reduce mining for a while, and you do that. Oh, another vulture. Oh, there's a tank in here. I really feel bad. Fordune's really not dealing with this well. He has like idle like 6 dragoons that he's just not utilizing. He's doing something. He's idle. No, it's not. Okay, I was gonna say I thought he was idle for taking. No, but yeah, he's doing something with 120 APM, which I wish I had, but I don't, and I don't know what he's been doing. At the same time, we have seen expansion coming from New York here, so not bad at all. We do see that +1 attack coming up as well for mech ground. So, yeah, getting him into the factory of what it looks like. You know, I also wondered, like, where these, like, buildings come from. Like, you know, it takes, like, minerals and gas to build, like, a unit, like, something like Protoss. Like, I can understand, like, how they work with it. They're like, whoa, dude! Like, where's the catalog so I can order some of these buildings? Because, like, they warp rift in, so they're already made. And, like, it's, like, on a catalog, so they it's like, whoa, I want a pylon, dude, I want to put it here. And then it's, like the Looney Tunes, or, like, a cartoon where it comes out of the sky, kind of, like, puts there. But, like, Protoss, it just takes a while to warp, and it's being, like, shipped to them. And with Terran, like, where do they get these building parts from? Like, that is not minerals and gas. Like, unless they, like, dye them in minerals. I can't tell you where they get this stuff from, you know? I think we should contact Blizzard and try to get something going down there. But I really do not see how we don't see how these buildings come up. Because, like, minerals, like 400 minerals, this does not look like crystal blue command center. Like, yeah, if everything was, like, crystal blue, then, yeah, that would make sense. But, no. You know, Protoss also makes a little bit more sense. You know, there's some blue in their mix right there, but and that's what we're talking about. Like, look how blue those dragoons are. They're awesome. Like, another drop inbound. Siege mode is coming up right now. Oh, how many kills? 5 kills off that. That's a lot of kills. 7. Fortune is really falling apart right here. I really don't know what he's doing. And we've also seen New York taking a 3rd base here. There he goes out of Citadel of a Dune right there. But yeah, you know, Fortune's really not been playing this really well this game. I'm surprised he's still actually in this game. I'm literally just trying to cast, like, what I can. I mean, literally what we're seeing is just a lot of mech coming out. We see dropship play a little bit. And we see a command center that's being idle. So, we're also, I mean, also, to say Terran's up 400 minerals, like, high is, like, I mean, Protoss is, like, at an upgrade deficit as it stands. Or soon to be. Like, right when this engagement's about to happen, that +1's gonna finish. Walk to there, but oh, okay, so, actually, he's engaging in this where he's gonna +1. And he's not. So he may wait, I'm not sure if he's waiting for it specifically. Nope, I don't think he realizes it. No, oh, no, SCVs are killing themselves. I No idea why Fortune or why New York would really want to send that. It's like, dude, I don't need you. You're a douche. You're a bad SCV. Sorry. I just would not want to handle that. And you can't even send reinforcements because of spider mines and vultures there. So what can you do? You know, I mean, okay, we're seeing +1 attack, +2 attack immediately. No +1, +2 attack as well. Templar Archives, probably desperation attempt at desperation DTs, maybe. I really cannot see this. But he did think it was this third though, so you know he's getting that gas very fast. So he's going very gas heavy units. You know, getting those upgrades, probably getting a second armory right here. If that's what he's putting. No, the supply depot. Okay, so he's actually getting double upgrades right here. So I didn't even see that. I mean, look at this supply gun. 101. 299. So actually, he's actually not too bad. Oh, actually, no, 60. Sorry, I clicked on Marine. 103. And that's going up. You know, I'm not going to say New York's off the optimal, count right now, but he hasn't saturated his third base yet. So, and he can't really well transfer right now, as it'd be kind of hard to do that. He's not getting spread on his tank, or I say he's going to do a good job spreading on his tanks, but he's not even going to bother. Now Goliath are imbalanced because they wreck Bio, what I found out in 2v2 last night. We also have found... So, I mean, it's like 2-base Protoss versus 3-base Terran. Like, I really can't figure out why he's still in this game. Like, he's even killing off the Obs. And he has 1+1. It's about even upgrades, but he started his upgrades. Nope. I mean, he's taking so much economic damage, like, it's, like, hard to, like, get anything. But I guess he's just trying to stay in for the sake of his team. I mean, like, he doesn't even care anymore. He's just going to unsiege tanks going in there. Like, yeah, the one thing that you want to be careful, though, is, like, if you lose these tanks, it's kind of hard to come back from that. We are up to... Yes, he only can produce 2 tanks at once. But I really cannot see how he can actually die right now. That tank is a lot of range right there. I did see something being loaded up here. Okay, so he's got a Zealot drop onto this. Not a terrible move. That Goliath should not be able to kill it in time. Kill off a tank, not bad, but... Zealot bombing, that's just not going to be that effective. It's alright, so they siege it up. Oh, no! Okay, GG from, raGe. Okay, so, what did we see? We saw wOk win this series, so let's go repeat what we've gone over today. What have we recasted? So we saw a 2-0 for this. Alright, going back to the games that we've casted today. So, the games that we've casted today are... we go back. So we had the 2x2 which went 2-0 to wOk. Some minor issues with that for raGe. I think they need to tweak their 2v2 team a little bit more, just through some practice. Otherwise, I think it'll be okay. Fortune versus New York, which we just did. New York 2-0'd him pretty fast. CAS versus Moxie. Moxie won in the ace match. A very bizarre. I'd watch that one if you can find it in like the 3 or like 2.5 hours of casted. And Yanks versus raGe versus MX. Yanks got dominated that game. Just got ling rushed. But that means though we see a 3-1. So wOk, I believe, won the series. Of what I've seen, at least. I mean, I can never like. The reps that I'm given, sometimes they're like different than what the website says, and I don't know why, but I'm going off of what I said. wOk won. I don't have the last series, but it doesn't even matter, because raGe can't come back with a 3-2. It doesn't matter if they win. So, nice, well played for wOk. I do like to see them win. They are awesome. I do love wOk. I am a big fan, but, okay. Moving on. Alright, so later today, potentially right after this, after take like a momentary break, or just go right into it, I don't really know. We have, one of the reps that I have left, I have week 7 left. What? Week 7? I have 1 more week. There are 2 more weeks to go. I don't have the replays right now, though. Actually, I should probably go bother the people on... I feel like I should go bother the people on, I should go bother the, okay. So, so wOk won that series. So, I was gonna say I should contact the iCup admins to get me the replays. But, anyway, going to week 7, we have Division A, we have VTV versus Reps. Do we have Joe Kim in here? We do not have Joe Kim. At least, he might be the 2v2, but he's not, he is not in the, we do not have, I do not see him. Stroke, Ronan, I see him Plum Blum. Plum Blum's a pretty good one. Duwalt, I've seen a lot. Tama, Protect, I've seen Protect, Plum Blum, and Duwalt. They're recurring names. That's Division A. Division B1, we have Black Dragons versus MSJ. MSJ is, might be... I'm not sure if MSJ is an actual clan, or that might just be their name. Okay, so yeah, it's Team MESIJ. I don't really know what that means, but that's gonna be, oh. I'm just looking at that, and I'm seeing the rankings right now. Black Dragons is rank 5 in their division, and Team MSJ is rank 2. Clan Pain has been pretty dominant in their bracket, but I don't know. Salvation Army hasn't been bad either. Right under them. So that will be BD Blade, BD Flash, BDJM, BD Shinsong, BDJM. All repeating people. 2v2 series maybe. Now again, I'm not really checking if I do have the refs for these. Let me just go check. BD Flash. Yep. BD. Yep. Okay, and then we have Dreamer, PoArt, Pro Skid, and Tokyo-Yoa. I'm sorry, I'm butchering your name. And then Division B2, it is going to be LT versus... So we have Show Some Skills versus LT, who is going to be Last Try Team. That should be a pretty good one. Show Some Skills is top in their bracket, top in their division, rather. Last Try Team's 3rd, so pretty high teams. That's going to be, Last Try is Gala, Name, Savadroy, and Vazek, and whatever that 2v2 team is, if we have that. And then for Show Some Skills, it's going to be Slugger, Champion, Shenron, and Snaker. 2 of those names look familiar. We'll see how those go down. But otherwise, I'm going to take a quick break. I'll see if there's something else better to cast other than iCup. There may be actually DRIL coming up. I do not know. Currently, the status of DRIL is like they do not have casters, and people have not been casting for the majority of the tournament. Like, oh, we'll cast it, but they don't, which is somewhat a problem. I would always cast it. It's just I've never been given the reps for it. So I'm like, yeah, whatever. I have my own clan league to cast. I've casted the whole clan league, by the way. Just me. With a couple co-casters, but... Still, I'm just putting it out there. Me and every single one of those VODs. Me. Okay, but anyway. So yeah, maybe that coming up tonight. I do not know. I do apologize. I'm a little indecisive when we want to cast. I mean, still, you see Brood War anyway. I'm thinking Clan League, though. I kind of want to finish up Clan League, because I want to get to those finals as fast as possible. But we'll see. Alright, guys, thanks for watching. Peace. And thumbs up if you're on YouTube. Thumbs up.